Hey, it's the Digital Board Gamer here. Today we're going to dive into Clank. More specifically, the first expansion, Sunken Treasure, which came out earlier last week. So if you're not familiar with the Sunken Treasure, what does it exactly bring to the table? Well, first, and I think the biggest, is the two new maps. That's honestly the biggest draw. So having your two from the base game and then two from the expansions, I think really add a lot to the game. There are 35 new dungeon cards, four of which are new monsters to interact. Some of them are with the new flooded room. There are major and minor secrets, and one of the biggest things, this new key item, the scuba gear. On Steam, the expansion is currently $9, but I think it's a little bit cheaper on mobile platforms. The base Clank game is a great game, but I think it can get a little repetitive. There's not a whole lot of difference between the two maps, and once you play them several times, I think it can get really repetitive. So adding just multiple maps can add a lot more fun, adds much more needed replayability. Personally, I didn't even buy the digital version of Clank until I saw the expansion was coming out. As soon as I saw that was coming out, I picked up the base game so I can get like a familiarity with it, and then I can make the video for the expansion right here. If you're playing online, you do need to own the expansion, so be aware of that. So one of the big things the new maps add are flooded rooms. So if you start your turn in a flooded room and you don't end up in a non-flooded room, you're going to take a damage. So this forces you to have like smarter, more carefully planned routes. To deal with this, you'll want the new scuba gear item. It costs $7 just like everything in the market, but it negates damage from flooded rooms. And then there's also these new movement spaces, which cost 2 movement, or if you have scuba gear, the little flipper, it allows you to move for only 1 movement. So I think if you're heading for the deeper, high value artifact zone, scuba gear is a must. I think maybe you could possibly rush it if you build a deck that's very movement heavy. You'll take some damage, but it's possible, but it's a little risky. Some other new features in here are the black pearls. They act like the gems in the base game, but when played, you get to discard a card, drawing 2 cards, giving you more deck filtering and flexibility. There's a bunch of new companions, my favorite being the mermaid. The mermaid basically gives you a free scuba gear for that turn, which is super useful. There's also a big push towards the market. Coin purse is a standout. You get $3 when you buy it, and then $2 when you play it. But the best part is if you actually don't play it. If you can discard it, and there's lots of flexibilities and synergies with that, you can actually get $5. And like I said, the new discard synergy ties in perfectly with the pearl and then the coin purse. They go well together. Grand Plan is also a great card. It gives you 7 points if you can have 3 market items, so there's a real incentive to engage with that market. I think these cards bring more decision making to your deck building and support different play styles than the base game offered. My favorite way to play Digital Clank is the challenge system. In the base game, you have 9 different challenges, both heroic and normal, so a total of 18. And same thing with the expansion. You get 9 different challenges, and there's a heroic version of each, so 18 more challenges for you to tackle. I'm unsure if heist mode will ever include stuff from the expansions. I'm not super familiar with how Direwolf handles their expansions in this mode, but if they do add it, I think it'll be a big win. Heist mode is one of my favorite ways of playing, so having that built in with the expansion I think would add a lot. So other interesting things with the maps is there's shortcuts that allow you to take a big fall, but you create noise. 3 clanks in this example here. And like I said, and the deck building, you can lean to discard, economy, or movement in new ways. I think all in all, it just really elevates the gameplay of the Clank digital game, which I really do enjoy. Direwolf has yet to miss for me. So on our buy, wait, or forget scale, I think Sunken Trails is a clear buy for me. I mean, it adds depth, pun intended, strategy, and crucial replayability. I didn't even buy the base game until I found out the expansion was coming out. That's how important I think Sunken Treasure is for the base game. Well, that's it for Clank Sunken Treasures. Let me know in the comments if you tried it, what's your favorite companion, or maybe your favorite challenge you did in the challenges. So far, I really like the very bottom one where you get to like pre-make a deck. Super powerful. You get really powerful deck to begin with. Lots of discards. I really enjoy playing that challenge if you haven't checked that out. If you found this video helpful, give me a like, maybe a subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. And as always, good luck and have fun.